Morning.
G'day.
We're in Tallebudgera on the Gold Coast.
And it's a beautiful spot, as you can probably see.
Yeah, it's a beautiful spot, and it's somewhere that you probably drive when you're driving, into New South Wales from the Gold Coast or the other way around.
You drive straight through.
Yeah, you would drive through this bridge behind us here, and you would see Tallebudgera, and it's just beautiful.
Yeah, it's a great spot.
Yeah. So today's video is a little bit different. We were going to discuss some of the there's been a bit of a phenomenon with people having been in lockdown because of coronavirus, feeling the urge to sell up and move out, or to move and go to places like Queensland where the weather is beautiful and where we haven't been in lockdown for so long at all by comparison to other places.
That's right, we've been lucky.
Yeah, we've been really lucky. So today we're going to go through a few things just to be mindful of before you up and leave and make your big move to Queensland. And
the number one is
housing.
Well, you can talk about it.
Okay, so with housing, we just we've noticed that the prices have really accelerated, really gone up. There's a huge demand coming from down south. We've seen this ourselves in our own research, but we've also spoken to local real estate agents both in Brisbane and also on the Sunshine Coast. We know people who live in Palmwoods on the Sunshine Coast, and they said that real estate agents are knocking on their doors at the moment.
They've got no stock, so they're literally going around knocking on people's doors.
Telling them they can sell their house for a premium, and people are selling their house that have never sold before. We've also got friends from Melbourne who bought up here to the Gold Coast.
Yes, that's right.
During the lockdown as well.
Moved in.
A lot of people are buying sight unseen. And we spoke to an agent in Brisbane about that. And and we also spoke to an agent in Canungra. No, it was a shopkeeper in Kenilworth. In Kenilworth.
Which is just it's on the Sunshine Coast, but it's inland, it's not on the beach.
And she said that that the prices they were getting for properties up there were crazy. Same thing, the agents were knocking on the door, asking locals to sell. And she gave an example of a house that 2 years ago would have got $400,000 less. And it's a very basic house, and the people that bought it were from one of the southern states in Australia, and they really paid a premium price. So just be mindful of that. That's all we're saying. It's good to do a bit of research, and always good if you can to hang on and don't get caught up in a bit of a buying frenzy in the hype, because it's better to come and have a look at these places before you buy.
We've done this, and people can say we're hypocrites, but we're not. We've been up here 17 years, and we did a similar thing, but we came up and for at least a week, didn't we?
And we had been up here many times on holidays, and we looked at least 30 houses before we settled on the one, and it took us a while to find it. Buying sight unseen, it's not like buying off the plan.
No.
Because when you buy off the plan, you've got a builder's warranty or state, the building guarantee, 6-7 years, whatever it is. But when you're buying an established house, you don't kind of have that protection. No. So that's just a good thing to think of. That's all with the housing. That's all. I'm sure that people look at their prices that they get down, down south or even overseas. If you think you're coming from overseas, and they look at how much you get for your house, and everything in Queensland probably seems like a bargain by comparison. But that's not always a good reason to pay the premium price. No. Number 2. Weather.
Yes, the weather. The weather's a prime motivator for people to come up to Queensland. It was for us, I suppose, in many respects.
We were sick of all those cold windy winters in Melbourne.
Yeah, that's right. So we moved up here, and look, the winters up here are just sensational.
Beautiful.
They're fantastic.
Absolutely.
Just 22, 23 and 12 degrees at night, on average. Just beautiful, and you can outside all during winter. You can live outside. You can have barbecues outside. It's just wonderful. It's just the summers you got to be mindful of. Very humid, quite warm, probably averaging around 31, 32 degrees over summer.
I love warm weather, and I love swimming. We like warm weather, so it's fine for us. But having said that, it still took us probably 12 months to acclimatise.
Yeah, that's right.
To be really honest, we moved up here. When we moved up here, it was November, and within 6 weeks, we installed ducted air conditioning in our house because it was. It felt like a steamy bath, didn't it?
Yeah, probably January, February. You're looking at 90 to 100% humidity, and it's pretty full on.
Yeah.
You do acclimatise, but it's still even for us. We've been here 17 years. The summers are still pretty tough.
If you're coming from a colder country or a colder area,
climate, that's all. But like I said, you do get used to it. So
absolutely, and we just think it's.
But the winters make up for it. That's for sure.
More than make up for it. That's and right. So if you like swimming and everything, you'll be fine.
That's right.
Yeah. Number 3 is culture.
Culture. Yeah.
The culture in Queensland is different.
Yeah, it is.
In a good way.
Yeah, it is in a good way.
It's definitely, Queenslanders would describe themselves as cruisy, meaning relaxed.
Very laid back.
Very chilled.
Yeah, that's right. And very friendly.
Very, very friendly.
Yeah.
And you'll notice that, that definitely when you go in shops or cafes, in the main, if they're not too busy, they have time to chat and talk and be very friendly.
We've probably said that in other videos we've done, but it's true. But it is a very relaxed lifestyle, and you notice that we first came up and we're from Melbourne, and the way we dressed up down there, we had ties and jackets
for work. It was quite a bit more relaxed.
You rarely see a tie up here, I tell you.
Yeah. But our children settled into school really well because the Queensland children are so friendly and so helpful, and they went above and beyond to make our children feel welcome.
And it just enhances the lifestyle. We talk about the weather, but the way people live up here, and they're friendly, really chilled out attitude is just fantastic.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Number 4 is the outdoor lifestyle.
Which it goes with the weather, I suppose.
Yeah.
And it is outdoor, winter or summer. You can get some storms up here in summer, but really, it's just a fantastic way to live. Yeah.
The weather makes it, an outdoor lifestyle year round. It's very conducive to that.
Yep.
And so Queenslanders love dining outside. They love walking, running. They're really into health and fitness. Swimming, surfing's big.
Yeah. But
fishing,
even in the hinterland, you can through the rainforest, subtropical rainforest,
bushwalking and hiking.
It's just a great lifestyle for your kids and you as well.
Fantastic, yeah. So the children here, as well as having swimming lessons, they also, if they live on the coast, they also can join Nippers, which is the Surf Lifesaving Club, but for young children. So it's really good, giving them all those skills when you're living in the ocean. It's a lot different than, an incident happening in a pool is very different to an incident happening in the ocean where there's currents and rips and things like that. So it's very much an outdoor lifestyle, and that's what we really love about it as well, don't we? Love spending, Number 5.
What's number 5?
Transport.
Transport, transport in Brisbane is really quite good. A huge network of buses, but they've got bus tunnels, which are dedicated just to buses. When I first came up here, I'm thinking, buses, but they get through these tunnels and they move around the suburbs really quickly.
By comparison to other capital cities in certainly Sydney or Melbourne, they don't have the railway network.
The train network's not as extensive.
But having said that, they are doing some work on a big under-rail system
Cross
at the moment.
River Rail, which will improve things a lot.
Yeah, it will improve. But they're very much into the buses, and as Paul said, the buses aren't held up by the normal traffic because they get to go in special...
Most of them,
most of them on special roads and tunnels, that are buses only, and tunnels that are buses only.
On the Gold Coast, you've got a number of tram lines have been put in now, so that's made a big difference. And they have a bus network as well.
But on the Sunshine Coast, it's still, if you're relying on public transport, unless you live close to the railway line and where you're going is close to the railway line, it's still fairly limited,
that's right.
Isn't it? So the buses can take a long time.
Waiting time for buses up there is, from our experience,
a long time. They're not that frequent.
No, so you see, it's very much still a car society up there.
Yeah, you really do need a car. They have lots of motorways that are fantastic, and the roads are fantastic, but it's just more challenging. It takes more time, I guess, to get around on the Sunshine Coast, and Brisbane is getting there. We can use those little scooters. We've got the ferries. The train's pretty good, but the buses are fantastic. So we don't complain about that. So we're just pointing out that there's some differences, so people don't get any big surprises with any of these things.
And with the buses, there's the thing we call it a go-kart, and you tap on, tap off. it works from the Gold Coast right up to the Sunshine Coast. So and as well as Brisbane. So it covers
lots of lots of people have I think they have
Mikey in Melbourne.
An Opal card overseas, and things like that. It's the same kind of system.
So and that makes everywhere. It makes it really easy
really good
around.
that you can use it all around southeast Queensland. Fantastic.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah. So it's getting a bit hot, so we're just going to go for another swim.
See ya.
Well, that was refreshing.
How's your lunch?
Fantastic. Have a look. I just got it. It's amazing. I was just expecting the burger, not the accoutrements. Yours looks great. You've had that before.
Oh, yum. My favourite, Bircher muesli, yum. Just remember that sometimes things are just different. So we often say, it's not good, it's not bad, it's just different. And you notice differences in any place you move to. But that's what makes it so quirky. That's what makes, moving such a wonderful experience, doesn't it? And before we end this video, and I hope it's been helpful, we want to be helpful. We don't want to put anybody off moving to Queensland or moving anywhere. We're just giving you a little bit of food for thought. Before we leave, I'll just mention that we always put links in our description, so with places that we've been to on our video, and there's also a bit of a spiel about the places that we went to, and we've never mentioned that before, so I thought today I'd take the opportunity to mention that, so that if there's something that you want to get some more information on, you can go back to look at the description on our YouTube channel for that video, and you'll get that. And the other thing that I mention is if you like our videos, please give us a like. I never really understood why people ask for likes until I googled it on the weekend, actually. So I'm a bit behind the 8 ball, but apparently it helps with the YouTube algorithm, so, and makes it feel like the more likes I think that you get, then the more easier chance it is for people to find you. And so with our channel, we just want to help as many people as we can, or have just to entertain people as much as we can, and so the bigger audience that we can get, then I think that's great. It makes it even more worthwhile. But having said that, we're really stoked with the amount of interest in our channel. We're really surprised. We just hit 200 subscribers, and we're just over, I think we're 205 or something at the moment, which is fantastic. And to celebrate that, we're going to have a giveaway. So for our giveaway, we're going to ask our viewers to write in the comments, and it's the first person who writes in the comments the answer to this question, they will receive a small gift from us. It'll be a souvenir from Queensland, small gift to us, whether you live overseas or you live within Australia, it doesn't matter. It'll just be the first person. Everybody can see who that is because it'll be in the comments. The question is, the name Tully Budgerah, where we went for a swim, it's an Aboriginal name. What does it mean? The person that gives the correct answer in the comments will get in contact with you, and you'll get a small gift sent from us. So I hope you enjoyed our video. Hope it can be helpful. That's why we do it. We want to be helpful and we want to be positive, and we hope we've done that today. So we'll see you on our next video. Bye.